Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk to you about different locations. So you keep hearing, especially from us, about Liwa. This is also referred to as empty quarters. The dunes here are very different to what you've seen pretty much everywhere. At the same time, these are the dunes that are used in most of the movies. Why is Liwa special? Because Liwa is probably one of the few places that are accessible to people living in UAE that is absolute wilderness. So you can reach a point where the closest civilization to you is 100 kilometers away. And that to me is very special because our whole philosophy in Dubai Offroaders is about disconnecting from the usual lives that causes stress. We have found that if you live in UAE and you don't connect to the desert, then you are missing out on a lot. So you can only go to the movies that many times, you can only go to the mall that many times, but then how do you really detach yourself and find yourself in the right mindset with like-minded people? And what we've realized is if you are sitting in a campfire, preferably in Liwa, then you find yourself completely detached from your usual problems. And that resets something in your mind. And then when you come back to your real life again, you're able to tackle things better. This has been our observation so far, and this is my opinion. The second location that we talk about a lot is Al Khwa. So Al Khwa is close to Al Ain, so it's between Liwa and Al Ain. It's very tall dunes. That doesn't necessarily require a lot of skill, but it requires a lot of confidence and preferably a good vehicle. Liwa, on the other hand, requires very specific skill set to be able to reach proper locations. Obviously, there's a number of tracks, specifically the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge track that you can follow to get to decent locations, but you don't really see Liwa if you follow the tracks. Al Khwa, on the other hand, it doesn't require crazy amount of skill. It does require good control. It does require confidence. It does require some power in your car because the dunes are very tall, but it's still, in my opinion, a bit easier than Liwa or the empty quarters in specific. The other location that I would want to talk about is Sweihan. So Sweihan is very accessible to all of us, and typically nowadays a lot of people go to Sweihan and it's become very crowded. But there are very specific locations that in Sweihan that everybody tackles. But there's a lot of other beauty in Sweihan which is still missing. The closest location to Dubai residents, I would say, is Al Khudra. And one of the things that we keep getting asked about in our courses is that after this course, after our beginner course, can I go out on my own? And I would have to say no. So this is strictly an adventure sport, which after the beginner course, it doesn't allow you to just go out on your own. At the same time, if you do come and ask us in specific, we will tell you about certain tracks that exist in Khudra, which will allow you to reach camping locations safely. But then again, we will guide you on how to do it. And obviously you will have our contact if something goes wrong. The other location that I want to talk to you about is Badayr. Now Badayr and Pink Rock area is probably one of the best areas to off-road in, close to Dubai, very nice tall dunes. Although it's home to safari guys, so it doesn't work that well, especially when the weather gets a bit better. It tends to be really destroyed with a lot of tracks. There's one more hidden treasure, which is Ras Al Khaimah. So I don't know if you've heard about this. The Khalij Times Desert Drive coming up, which is going to be in Ras Al Khaimah, and it's a beautiful location. It's really beautiful if you want to go and just camp somewhere. If you want to ask us more about a specific location, how to get there, coordinates and so forth, you can put down a comment in the comments below. And as always, if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing to our channel, like this video, and thanks for tuning in.